Welcome to the Expert in You podcast, the show for professional entrepreneurs, experts, authors, speakers, coaches, and consultants who are ready to elevate their business, expand their influence, and boost their bank accounts. Join us as we dive deep with industry-leading experts who share their top strategies, invaluable insights, practical tips, and personal experiences to help you achieve extraordinary growth and success. Whether you're looking to sharpen your skills, stay ahead of the curve, or find that competitive edge, this podcast is your ultimate resource for unlocking your full potential. So tune in, get inspired, grab your coffee, and let's unlock the expert in you. Are you someone who just loves to speak? Maybe that's guesting on podcasts, hosting your own show. You love speaking on stages. You love speaking in virtual rooms. I know I do. I have loved it for years. And many of my clients love speaking as well. But here's what I want to talk to you about. If speaking isn't bringing you consistent revenue, if it's not growing your business, then I have to question what your purpose for speaking is. Now, if you're not trying to speak to grow revenue and you're just speaking, that's fine. This isn't for you. But if you're using speaking as a tool in your business or a driver in your business to grow your revenue, but yet it's not really doing that, you've got some things that are missing. And that's what I want to talk to you about in this video. The first thing is to shift your mindset around how you are speaking, because if you are using speaking as a marketing and sales system in your business, but it's not really bringing you clients, or it's not consistent or predictable for you, then you have to look at, are you speaking to inspire, or are you influencing buyers when you speak? See, if you're going to speak, I say speak, sell, and scale. In fact, I have a Facebook group, Speak, Sell, and Scale, if you want to jump into that group. But if you are trying to speak to sell and then to scale your business, you want to make sure you close those gaps, or you're going to burn up a lot of time and energy. And even though you may love speaking, eventually you're going to burn out. I mean, if you're guesting on lots of podcasts, but you're never getting clients or closing business from that, or you're hosting your own show and you're never closing business from that, how long are you really going to want to do that? Or you're traveling around speaking on stages, but it's not turning into big paydays for you. Again, how long are you going to want to do that, right? It's going to get old eventually, especially if you're in business and you're trying to grow your business. So let's think about not being inspiring as much as being influential. This shift in your mindset will also change how you're structuring your talks and what you are trying to lead people to. Often people don't lead people to anything because maybe they don't have anything. That's the first problem. Or they haven't started with the end in mind and then created the talk that will naturally feed and lead people right to those services that they're trying to sell. So you need a strategic path for people. You want to know, what is it I'm trying to accomplish from this speaking engagement, or what am I trying to accomplish from being a guest on this podcast or having someone on my podcast? Have that strategy in place, because that will be the secret sauce to making things work. So don't speak just to like inspire people and have people come up and say, "Oh my gosh, that was great." Have you ever had that happen? That was so great. I got so much from it. There was so much value. I loved hearing you speak. Have you ever had people say that to you? I know I certainly have in the past, but then it doesn't turn into business, right? So you walk away thinking, "Oh my gosh, that was fun, but it was kind of a waste of my time," right? Because are you out there just to inspire, or are you out there to make income? So think about, instead of trying to be so motivating, thinking about it monetizing. And this is a very different strategic approach in everything you do. Even if you're getting paid as a speaker, there are still ways to turn that into back end business. And with the right talk, with the right approach, with the right influence inside of that talk, you will have people coming to the back of the room to talk to you about what would be next. But so many people are just missing this opportunity. The second thing is, think about when you are doing your talk, you're not just teaching, you're leading. So when you give away too much, you actually overwhelm people with information. And so they'll say, "Great talk," but they won't hire you. Have you ever had this happen? Great talk, but they won't hire you. Think about building a talk that is built around demand. So you want to seed the problem you solve best into that talk. And you want to build desire for your offer that you have throughout your talk. You don't want to just make it easy for them to applaud, but you want to make it easy for them to choose you and to want to take that next step with you. The next thing that might be missing is no irresistible positioning. So they don't really see you as like the only one who does what you do. You haven't maybe positioned yourself really well. And so when they go out and they look at you and they kind of dive a little deeper into you and who you are, maybe you're not showing up powerfully. And so there's this bit of doubt that they have that you're actually the person that can help them or serve them. So, this is another problem that might be a breakdown when you are speaking. And then finally, you've got to have a conversion system behind the mic. Even if your talk is strong, what happens after you talk matters just as much. If you don't have a follow up system, a nurture system, no system, you can't scale. Every single speaking opportunity that you have should really drive your business. It should have a strategy behind it. It should have a follow up system behind it. And it should be getting people to book on your calendar, have that conversation with you, or take your next step. Because if you're already out there speaking, whether that's a podcast or a virtual room or a stage or whatever you're doing, and you don't have these things dialed in and you've got these gaps in what you're doing, well, again, speaking is fun, right? But think about it. Would you just throw away 30,000 or 50,000 or $100,000? Yet you probably are leaving that on the table if you have these gaps. Speaking can be big paydays for you in your business when you have the right system in place, the right structure in place, the right offer in place, the right talk in place, you're in front of the right people. Speaking, there's nothing like it. Again, I've used it to build, let's see, I'm going on seven businesses now. I have business 6 and 7 and I'm still out there speaking, and it's my main driver to get clients and get high paying clients, and it can be for you too if you do things right. And it is for my clients as well. I think about one of my clients was struggling. She felt like she had kind of tapped out her local market. So we put her on LinkedIn, and we put her on LinkedIn with a powerful strategy and speaking and better positioning. And she started closing more business for higher amounts of money than she had ever closed in her business in all the years that she's been in business. So we positioned her well, we created great offers in her business, we stepped up her offers, we put a strategy in place so that she was speaking to the right people, utilizing the LinkedIn platform, and it became so valuable. It became such a great marketing and sales engine for her and her business. And when you put this in place, it gives you predictability, It gives you consistency in your business. You can use speaking as a system rather than a tactic where maybe it's just haphazard and you go out there and do it. You can actually use speaking, whether that's podcasting or stages or guesting on podcasts or running virtual rooms. Every one of those things can become a marketing and sales engine and system in your business. So my question for you is, are you doing this? Have you done this? Or are you missing out on this big opportunity? If I ask you again to throw away $50,000 or $100,000 or maybe even more, you wouldn't throw that in the trash. But yet, if you're speaking and you're doing that heavy lifting, you're doing the hardest part, and yet it's not turning into big paydays, and you're leaving that kind of money on the table, it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Especially if you're in business. So if you want to turn your next talk into big paydays, then let's look at how you can use speaking to multiply your revenue, to multiply your clients, to multiply your opportunities to bring in more. I would love to have a conversation with you. My name is Ann Carden, and you can book a call with me at acarden.com, or hey, you can join my Facebook group, Speak, Sell, and Scale, where I talk about how to make speaking a main driver in your business and really how to grow that revenue. All right, you have an amazing day. God bless you. Bye-bye. The content of this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Although I share strategies, ideas, and success stories based on real experiences, results are never guaranteed. Every business is unique, and outcomes depend on individual effort, market conditions, and many other factors. By listening, you agree that I and my guests are not responsible for your results or actions based on the content shared. Thank you for tuning in today. If you're as excited as I am about scaling up your influence, business, and bank account, then I have just the thing for you. But first, make sure you subscribe to the show. Second, make sure you share it with someone you care about, because sharing is caring. And third, head on over to join me in my next free virtual exclusive workshop, where we'll explore proven strategies to boost your business and maximize your potential. Look, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're looking to take your business to the next level, my workshops are designed for you. So head on over to expertinyouworkshop.com to reserve your spot and get ready to transform your expertise into extraordinary success. I'm looking forward to seeing you there and helping you achieve incredible growth. Until next time, make sure you're always seeking the expert in you, and God bless. Have an amazing day.